start to the week, but not too bad.
She can't see.
Hi, bud. Cute.
Crazy
How's your
week of the week, so what's going on?
Just work has been crazy, and I was out of town for the weekend. I was in Pittsburgh with some of my friends, and it was just it throws me off to be off for the whole weekend and then to get back and try to jump into the week. So I like my Sundays to be home and, prep for the week, get the kids ready for the week.
Yeah.
But I didn't get home until like 9 on Sunday night. So luckily I had my grocery shopping done, but it just kind of throws me off. So
yeah, I totally get that. Did you have fun though?
Yeah, it was different. I went to the Pittsburgh Steelers 49ers football game.
Oh.
So, yeah, it was
fun.
Something different to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, not too bad. But yeah, how's your week going?
Very cool. Things are good here. Just keeping busy. Just trying to wrap up some stuff with the house. We got some more stuff done in the workout room or our basement last night, so that was exciting. Got all of our stuff hung up. We just have to put some floorboards down or some molding, some baseboard trim, but I'm not worried about that right now. So we'll get that up sometime this winter.
I know, just do what you can, I guess, right?
Yeah. So, how are things going for you? I know you're getting back on track after being gone for the year, but how are you doing with reaching out, and how are things going for you? I know that you wanted to work on sharing the coaching opportunity, so talk to me and tell me how things are going for you.
Not too bad. I am hoping to catch up on the Boss Up group tonight and tomorrow, just because I kind of lost track of it the last couple of days. I really need to get the video done because I'm just putting it off because it's so far out of my comfort zone that I just need to do it. So I'm going to work on that either tonight or tomorrow. But reaching out, I've gotten a little better about. I've had some people, interested. As much as I'm getting a little bit better with being consistent, I just need to kind of keep going with it. And I feel like I do good for 3 or 4 days, and then I lose it for a couple days, and then, I jump back into it. But like with working out and my food, it hasn't been too bad. So I feel like if I can just keep going with myself, then I'll keep inviting. And one thing I still struggle with is like reaching out and starting conversations with people, because I feel like, oh, here I come out of the blue. I haven't talked to you in forever. So I just kind of need to get past that mindset and start building relationships.
Yeah. Okay. A couple of the other girls have expressed that the reaching out tends to be the hardest part, and it is at first, because you do kind of have that mindset that what does she want? Why is she reaching out to me? But if you go in with the mindset that you're just genuinely trying to reach out and connect with them and see how things are going, then that's how you'll come across. If you have in your mind that, oh, I'm trying to, they're going to think I'm trying to sell to them, or, I'm just reaching out to them just because of the business, that's how you're going to come across. And that's what the vibe that they're going to get. But if you are really genuinely just reaching out to see how life is going with them, to reconnect, reestablish that friendship, really get to know how life is going for them, and maybe you guys lost touch for whatever reason, but just how things are going, then it will be genuine and it'll come across that way. We're actually next Wednesday we're going to, on our team call, that's what we're going to focus on, because like I said, a couple of the other girls have expressed that that's the hardest part for them. So I'm going to do either screenshot, or I think I'm going to do a couple live, when we're doing screen share, so that you can see exactly how I reach out to people and what I do to get over that barrier, and maybe give you some ideas of connecting with people and how I go about that.
Okay, that sounds good. I did have kind of an aha moment a couple weeks ago. I follow a couple of the top beach body coaches, like Bonnie Engel, Melanie Mitro, I think, and there's two other ones that I follow, and it's like everything that they say to do, they do, and it's just like, just do it. I mean, they post, and like Meg, I follow her too. They just post. It's like normal stuff. They just, I don't even know how to explain it, but it's like what you guys are telling us to do. I don't know why it's so hard. It's like sometimes I just think, oh, I don't know what to say. And in my mind, so many times during the day, I'm like, oh, I should just post this because it was a thought I had, or, something. And then I just don't post it. So I think I just need to kind of go for it and get better about that, because it's just what everyone else is doing. It seems pretty simple.
I think we try to overcomplicate it or overthink it. And if you, like, let's just say you made a post already, but you have a good idea, put that in your notes on your phone. Like, I have the S Note in my Samsung. If you have an iPhone, I know they have like a notes section too. Like, jot down the general idea. You might not have time to like write out the whole post that you're going to do, but like write it down or put it in your phone or whatever, because it'll go away, because life happens and the kids ask you for something or whatever, you're just go. So it is really that simple. It's just being consistent with those three things and providing valuable content to your followers. And I don't know if you've had a chance to watch the playback from Kelly's call last night, but it was phenomenal on providing valuable content to your tribe so that you start getting that one-on-one interaction. Instead of making a blanket post and talking to everybody, you're talking to you. You're talking to that girl who you are, that's sitting on the couch, who wants to make changes for herself and for her family, rather than just trying to make a blanket post about, who wants to lose weight, or, who wants to lose so many inches, or dress pant sizes, or whatever. That's really not relating with people, or relatable, or heartfelt. You know what I mean? So definitely check that out. But it really is. All I can say is the more that you do it, the more you understand, I just have to do this. And it's really not, it's not as hard as you want to make it seem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Every day I think, just do it. It's like everyone else is just doing it, and I think my holdup though is sometimes I do overthink it, and I think, oh, what am I even going to post about? What does anybody care? I mean, I had a post a couple weeks ago, and it took me, I don't know, like a half hour, because I had so many thoughts, and I wrote it out in my phone, and then I rewrote it. Then I had Brian look at it, and I'm like, does this even make sense? And then after I had him read it, and I'm like, well, that defeated my whole purpose of, being me. Why do I need someone else to say it's okay to, to put it out there? So just do it. And then I was so proud of it, and then I got like maybe 7 or 8 likes, and I'm like, darn.
But that's okay. That's okay, because as you become more consistent in your posting, people are going to be looking for your posts. So it probably just wasn't high in algorithms. It probably only 7 people saw it. So every person liked it. But we have this misconception that because we have 500 friends or 800 friends, that every single one of them, or a good majority, even 10%, you're lucky if 10% of them see it without a lot of people commenting on it, so that it keeps going back into news feeds. So that's why the more consistent you are in making those posts, and the more engagement you start getting, the more it's going to start going into those higher percentages. It probably was a phenomenal post, but it doesn't necessarily mean that everybody saw it for them to know. So don't let that get you down. And something that I have found to be true is the more you alter it, the less it's you talking. You're constantly, oh, does that sound okay? Or just be you. Like, you will find that the posts that you just write from the heart and let it go the first time, that those will get more interaction and more response than the ones that you sit there and you pick at and you pick at, oh, well, this doesn't sound right, or maybe I should word it this way, or just let it go. Just speak from your heart and be genuine, and just let it roll.
Okay.
See what happens. Try it. If you feel like it's not as successful, then you can go back to editing them. But for myself, I know that it works better if I just let it go. And I know Kelly Christine, Kelly Severhoff, she also shared that a while back, that the more that she tinks with it and tries to change the wording, the less interaction she gets with it. So that might be something to think about too. And have you created a list of different things that you're interested in doing and kind of coming up with a schedule so that you know on certain days, okay, this is what I need to, my brain needs to be geared towards for the post today, so that you are giving some variety throughout the week?
I did kind of make a list, and I went by one that Kelly had posted. Maybe I think you reposted it in our file tab. And then I kind of looked over yours how you post. And I had like Shakeology on there to post about. But I always find for my shake post that when I think of it, it sounds really like salesy. And I'm not good because I make them first thing in the morning and then I run out the door and I drink it at work or I drink it on my way to work. So it's not fancy. There's no like picture for me to take. There's no, elegant setup for it. And I think I just kind of have pushed those posts down to the bottom of the list because I had them every Tuesday. Like Monday, something motivational, not just a quote, but something, like motivational. Plus, I figured I can throw like a family post or picture or something in every day. And then I had like the motivational thing on Mondays, a shake post on Tuesdays, group post or like a challenge invite on Wednesdays, like a coaching thing on Thursdays. But I just find I think and think and think, and then I never just execute on it, and then it doesn't happen. So.
Okay. I would encourage you to sit down and really create that list on, what's going to be your morning, on Monday through Sunday. Morning post is this, afternoon post is this, evening post is this, and write it all out. Just like I put in the files tab. You don't have to use mine exactly, but, write it all out so that you know. And then I actually plugged mine in my phone. So I get a reminder 15 minutes before I should make that post roll, just so it happens, to remind myself. And it's set for like infinity. So, I would have to change it for it to stop. But then you have a reminder, like around 11:30 noon, you're going to post about something because people typically are going to be going to lunch. So they're going to be checking their Facebook, and then you're going to get some into the algorithms and get more people. Like, you don't really want to post between 9:30 and like 11:30. And then you don't want to post again from like 12:45 until later in the evening, like 7, because if you think about a typical person's work week, when are they going to be able to get on their phones? They're typically looking at it first thing in the morning when they wake up. They're looking at it on their lunch hour. They might look at it on their breaks, but that's not as likely to get as many hits there. And then everybody's looking at it before they go to bed or while they're just kind of lounging on the couch, just mindlessly scrolling. So those are the times you want to think about that you're making those posts happen.
Okay, I wrote those down so I don't forget so I can schedule myself.
Yeah, and if it helps you, like for myself, I use Buffer to roll all my inspirational quotes. Now, granted, they don't get as much interaction as my live posts, but it's something that is constant. Everybody knows that at 6:30, 7 o'clock every single morning, I'm going to be posting an inspirational quote or something to start their day. So if you want to do a really early morning post like that, roll it through Buffer. Then you don't have to worry about it. That one's just done. And you can schedule those for the whole month in a good 15, 20 minutes. It doesn't take that long to do the entire month and just roll those out. And then you just really have to worry about doing your afternoon and your evening posts.
Okay. When you do your posts, do you have them like already thought up, or do you see it on your phone and think, okay, let's just roll with the first thing that comes to mind? What do you find is easier? Because I know some things like I'll think about and I could put in my phone for posts, but it would be really hard for me to come up with things maybe, so many prior. Like if I were to sit down on a Sunday and get them all ready for the week, I think that would be hard for me to like constantly think of so much stuff.
Yeah.
So what do you find works better for you?
I personally, I might schedule, honestly, I don't pre-write any of my posts. I might take a picture with intentions of knowing, okay, this picture is going to be for this day. I pretty much take pictures of everything. Anytime that we are not running out the door with a meal, I'm putting it on the white plate and putting it in good lighting and snapping a picture. Even if it doesn't turn out good, I at least am trying to make some backups so that if I'm, if something doesn't work out well, the next one will.
Okay.
Same thing with Shakeology. Like I try to doctor them up. I'm the same way. I make ours at night and we take ours the next morning. So mine aren't pretty during the week, but on weekends, I try to put some thought into when I'm making them so that they are pretty for the pictures that I need.
Okay.
Taking different angles of them, and maybe a different background, just to kind of play with them a little bit. Maybe one with certain toppings and then adding even more toppings to it to change the look of it. I know that some of the girls will, like Carolyn Walker, she plans out all of her posts for the entire month. I probably could find time to do that, but I'm perfectly happy with just making my posts, live as they are. So like I said, I might take a picture and I might have it edited ready for something, but as far as like writing out the post or scheduling them for the whole week, I don't do that.
Okay. Maybe it'll just be easier for me to just wing it. Like I'll see the reminder and then just do it. And then maybe that would get me.
And once you have a schedule, then you can kind of in the back of your mind know, okay, this week, you get a schedule and it's the same every week. You kind of have an idea of what kind of pictures you need to be taking or what you're looking for. If you're looking for an inspirational quote that you're going to share or something like that, you can kind of start screen like a lot of my quotes and stuff, I'll just find on Instagram or find something that somebody shared on Facebook and I'll just screenshot it so that way I don't normally share that picture. I'll make it my own somehow, but then I have some backups. And I know that Kelly does that too.
Mm-hmm.
So that way you have it saved on your phone.
Okay, I'll give that a try.
That help?
Yep, sounds good.
Cool. So what I would like for you to do is if you can log into your Team Beachbody account, and then once you're all logged in and you're in your Coach Online office, if you could screen share, I wanted to show you. We'll go over and look at your back office and look at your team volume.
Okay.
How's Shannon doing? I've been trying to keep touch with her. I know she's kind of working through some stuff.
Yeah, I talked to her quite a bit. Oops. Did I lose you? Uh-oh. Did I lose you?
Okay, okay, now I can hear you again. I couldn't for a second.
Okay, I don't know what happened. Man, technology do not mess well. So I've been trying to work with her. I told her, I think it was 2 weeks ago, I said, just be ready when you get off of work. I said, I want to borrow you for a couple hours. So I took her to dinner and we went to Michael's and we got a bunch of crafts and then we went to a park and just kind of sat and we both made vision boards because I thought, if maybe it's helpful for her to get up and see her goals. So we worked on those for a couple hours. And I don't know, it's like she does so good and then she somehow in her mind tells herself that she doesn't deserve the good stuff that's happening and then she kind of just slides back down into a rut. And I've told her, do a lot of personal development. And I gave her some books to read and I told her about some podcasts that I really like. That's something that I love. I listen to my podcast on the way to work in the morning. I read every night. I just find it really helpful. If I have a bad day, I come home and I read it and it's just refreshing. And I think that she needs to do a lot of that. Mm-hmm. I really think that she has potential to be a fantastic coach. She just has to get out of her mind a little bit. But I think she has done it so many times in her life that this is really, really tough for her.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to work with her a little bit and give her different ideas. And I was hoping like the vision boards would help, and they're like talking about, you know, where she sees herself and the goals that she has and things like that. But it's almost to the point now that she's got to take the reins and run with it. You know, she's got to get over that tiny little hump that says, yes, I deserve this life, and run with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I started off, you know, waking up in the morning. I said, let's set our, you know, schedules, and let's food prep, and let's go over, you know, recipes and get stuff ready for the week. I said, worry about yourself. You know, don't worry about Dave if that's stressing you out. Let Dave do what he needs to do for, you know, a month or a week or, you know, whatever. Focus on yourself, you and only you, and get yourself on a good schedule. And then if you want to bring Dave along, you know, do that.
Yeah.
That way she doesn't feel maybe so overwhelmed. But I really think she needs to do a lot of personal development. And she said she's read You Are a Badass. I really like that book. It really clicks well with me. She said she would read it again. I'm hoping she's listening to some podcasts, but I don't know that we've walked a couple nights. I don't know that she's really gotten back into doing much though. And I'm in no way mad at her. I don't know how else to help her other than give her the tools that I know would help.
Yeah.
And then she use them.
And that's all you can do, is just be there to encourage her. And I check in with her every so often to try and encourage her as well. I reached out to the Diamond group, and I asked April, because I know April really struggled with like self-image issues. And I reached out to her and asked her about some good personal development. And I did share that with Shannon. So I totally agree. I think that she would be a phenomenal coach. She's a wonderful person. She thinks about nobody but her, you know, but others. You know, she doesn't put any attention on herself, and I think that's what she's struggling with. But she absolutely deserves it, and I hope that she dives into the personal development and can grow and learn to love herself and learn that she deserves to have this. She deserves to have the good things in life.
Yep, and she is well aware of like what's happening. So I mean, I guess that's maybe half the battle. At least she knows what's happening, and she knows what she's doing to herself. But yeah, I don't know. I really think she is a phenomenal person. When I had my business, she was by far my biggest supporter. I could not have done it without her. She worked for me for free. I mean, she did everything she could. She was always there, like, whenever I needed her. So, and I know she thinks too, you know, I'm her age, even though she's not, I mean, she's not old. Sorry, I'm trying to screenshot is that what you wanted me to do, screenshot on my phone?
Oh, no, are you logged into your Team Beachbody on your computer?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just want you to screen share once you have that. There should be a little button down in the bottom that says screen share.
Oh, okay, hold on one sec.
It should be, there's the invite button, manage to participants. I don't know if you have that button, but screen share, chat, stop recording, or record. Should be down in the middle.
Oh, share screen, yeah.
Yep. And then it'll just ask you okay or whatever. No, I totally agree, and I was kind of bummed that her sister-in-law event is the same day as a Super Saturday, because I think that she would benefit greatly from going to a Super Saturday event and getting around the community of people. But hopefully,
yes,
I think we'll make the next one.
I'm glad that she is ready to go to Nashville. I was surprised.
Yeah, that'll be huge.
Yes, I'm very, very excited for her. For some reason, it's not popping up for the share screen thing.
Really? And you clicked on it?
Yeah, and then it said like available screens to share, but it didn't. The Beachbody one didn't pop up.
Oh, you should just, okay, so when it says that, it should be clicked on your desktop, and then when it's on the desktop, just hit share screen. Because it shows desktop, whiteboard, iPhone, iPad, Zoom Pro. Do you see that? Like the one that's lit up when you hit screen share should be the green desktop.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, then just hit share screen.
Oh my gosh, I will get better at this. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. That's why when you guys are like messaging, okay, so now can you click on your Team Beachbody, like to go to your online so we can see that? There we go. Okay. Now go ahead and go into your Coach Online office. When you guys are chatting on the little chat to say, you know, congratulations team or whatever, to tell somebody to mute themselves, it totally throws me for a loop when I'm doing our calls because I see the little thing pop up, but I'm like totally lost.
We're confusing you.
Yeah, it's all right. It happens. Doesn't take much. Okay, what I would like for you to go to is My Business. And then under My Business, you'll go to My Volume.
Okay.
And then My Volume. Okay, so right now, let's just see here. Can you scroll down just a little bit for me? Yeah, okay, that's good. Okay, so right now, from what I can see, your most volume on the right leg was 2,999. Can you see that? Week 729 to week, I'm sorry, 723 to 729?
Yep.
Okay, so let's see here if I can try this. Kelly did this, and I went, okay. Okay, so we're talking about this month here, or this week. I just totally wrote right over that. Okay, so we have 2, 9. This is the first time I'm using this. 9. Try using a mouse to do this. Divided by, and it's a laptop, so I'm using my finger. 200.
Oh, that's good.
I have, oh, that's easier. I have touch screen. I don't know why I didn't just do that. Okay, so 200 or $2,999. Let me just do the math here really quick. To show you. So that's the volume on your right side, which would be considered your strong leg, because you can see your left leg had 0 there. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so when we do a team cycle bonus, here, let's just do this over here. So 1 cycle, and you're Emerald, so that's at $14 a cycle. Okay. So 1 cycle equals 200 points from your strong leg and 100 points from your weak leg, to a total 300 points. Okay. So 299 divided by 200 is 14.999, but really it has to be a whole number. So 14 times 14 is $196. Is what you could have earned just in team cycle bonuses for that week. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so these little banks, like as long as you stay Emerald, this little bank on the right side is going to continue to rack up, and you get to keep that. Your bank keeps filling up and up and up. Then your bank on this side is the one that we need to work on growing, because you have to have 100 points for that to cycle. So in order for this one here, that one to have cycled 14 times, you would have had to have had 1,400 points on the 0. Does that make sense? Because 1,400 divided by 100 would be 14 times.
Okay.
So you have a ridiculous amount of volume over here that's really growing. And that's partially because you signed up early, so you have some of PJ's coaches underneath you, and then that also happens to be the same leg that a lot of Kelly's coaches go on, and Kelly's Second Business Center is on. So you're getting a lot of volume. I mean, every week, 2142, 1547, 2145, 2760. So those are all weeks that you have money just racking up over here on this right side. So what we really need to concentrate on doing is growing the left leg so that you can start taking advantage of those team cycle bonuses.
And then, so what exactly do I need on how do I get that? Is that from like just building coaches?
Yes.
Over there? Okay.
It's from growing your team on the left side. So adding coaches to your left and them adding coaches. So as that team or that leg starts to grow, anybody that's on your team, whether it's your personally sponsored or they're personally sponsored, that's going to help to grow your weak leg.
Okay.
Okay.
And then if I would have had 1,400 over there on that week of the 2,999,
yeah.
That's when I would have gotten. That's when I would have gotten the 196.
Yep. If you would have had 1,400 here, that would have allowed you to cycle the 14 times that this is showing here, and you would have earned that's not commission or anything. That would have just been your team cycle bonus. It would have been $196 for the week, not for the month, just for the week.
Oh, okay. So is it like every week I should be hitting, or I should get 1,400 on that side, or
Well, how much are you wanting to create as a residual income on a weekly basis? You start there, and then that's where we decide how much volume you need to be generating on your legs.
Ideally, I would like to be getting at least
I'm just going to erase this.
300 a week. I mean, or 400. My goal by January was to like match my income that I make at my job now. I don't know.
So 300 a week would be what you need out of residual, right?
Yeah. Well, I guess that would be, well, that's 1,200 a month. That's half of what I would make a month, I guess.
But that wouldn't be any commissions. That would just be your residual. That would just be your cycle bonuses.
Yeah, by January, I would really like to have 300 a week coming in.
Okay. So out of that 300, were we looking towards making this the 300 and then whatever your commission is being a bonus?
Yeah.
Okay. So then we need to look at, I don't know how to get back to the draw. So like for this week again, now I see I messed it up. I erased it so we could see it better. Now I don't know how to go back. It's not letting me do it now. Let me try it again. Okay, so for this week, let me just use my finger because it's easier. For this week in particular, to have earned, that would have been the max that you could have earned for that week. If you're only building your left leg, we would need to cycle, let's see, 300 divided by $14 a cycle, 21 times. So you would have needed another 1,400 points on the right leg, okay? Because that side is your strong leg, so it would be 200. So you would need 7 more cycles. So for 21 cycles, you would have needed, let's say, 3,000. So what? 4,400 on the left, and 700. What do we say? 1,400. So 2,100. I'm sorry, this is right. This is left. Does that make sense? That would allow you to cycle 21 times, which would be $300. That's at $14 a cycle. When you advance to Ruby, you'll start cycling at $16 per cycle, and when you advance to Diamond, you'll start cycling at $18 per cycle. So 14 times 18, it'd be $252. So you're looking at another almost $60 for being Diamond.
Okay.
No, but it's too late to have that. That's got too much sugar in it. Okay. Sorry. Does that make sense? Because you have to have over here, you have to have the 200 and the 100. It doesn't matter. Okay, so let's say down the road, your left leg is generating more than your right leg, then your left leg would become your strong, and the 200 points would come from the left. So they take the more points from whichever side is stronger. It doesn't matter which side it is, or it can change. It's just that's where that they're going to take the larger amount from the stronger leg.
Okay. So my next couple of coaches that I sign, my next 3, I guess, should all go on my left leg.
I would.
Okay, and then
go ahead.
Oh, that's okay. And then after that, should I do 3 on my right leg and then 2 under Brian?
To get him to Emerald?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. That we can talk about that. But what you want to do to keep yourself balanced is 2 to 1. So you put 2 on your weak leg and 1 on your strong leg. Okay?
Okay.
But because you have control of Brian on one side, then you know that you're always going to have an active coach on that side. I would go ahead and build your weak leg to start cycling more and taking advantage of more of that now. And then once we're cycling a bit, then we can start growing that weak side and do the 2 to 1 and go back and forth. Okay?
Okay.
I just to show you something else here. If you can go to where's my mouse? I'm moving it too fast. If you can go back up to your volume and then go to my carryover volume.
Okay.
I might have to erase that so we can see a little better. Yeah, let me erase this so we can see. It's kind of weird because it does it, but it's kind of delayed. Does it look delayed on your side?
Nope, it doesn't look delayed. That's pretty cool.
That is cool. Okay, so right now, your carryover volume is left on your weak leg, or 66 on your weak leg, which is your left, and 60,430 on your strong leg. So at $14 a cycle, so if we do 60,430 divided by 200, that's $302. No, I'm sorry. That's 302 times that you can cycle. So 302 times 14 is $4,230.
Wow.
That's just rack and bank. It's pretty crazy. Now you can't cycle all that at one time because I think it's 250 that you cap out in team cycle bonuses at Emerald. But if you're growing your team to where you're being able to take advantage of that, you're going to be rank advancing as well.
Okay.
Okay. But just know that, like, when I say I don't want you to lose Emerald because I don't want you to flush that volume, that's just money sitting there that as you grow your team, you're going to be able to start taking advantage of that.
Okay.
And because you're signed up on a strong side like that, it's very beneficial for you. So what we really need to concentrate on doing is getting that left leg up and getting some builders. You know, it doesn't have to be a ridiculous amount of coaches. If you've got some good builders, that's all it's going to take.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you know, ideally, I would really like to do one coach a month and then, you know, get them building one coach a month. And I still have I have another girl who told me, she's like, yes, I think I would love to be a coach, but she doesn't feel like she is ready personally to do it yet. So I don't know. I thought maybe I would bring it back up to her in the week or so. I mean, it's been a couple weeks since I had lunch with her, and bring it back up and see if maybe she would want to do like maybe a 3-way call with you, or I feel like I have some people sitting out on the sidelines just kind of waiting, but nobody's been biting yet.
Okay. Well, those are people that we'll keep in our circle. You can go ahead and take it off a screen share. Those are the people that will, you know, you keep following up with them, but inviting, you know, how many people would you say you're inviting to the opportunity a week?
Not as much as I should be. I mean, I was doing pretty good for a while, and I had at least one a week that I was kind of bringing into the idea of it. But for the last 2 weeks, I have not reached out well about it.
So being perfectly honest with you, with wanting to generate that kind of income by January, we're going to have to recruit at more than one a month. Really, ideally, recruiting 3 to 4 a month at minimum is going to be what helps you grow and to advance to Diamond to help you start maximizing the team cycle bonuses at an $18 rate per cycle instead of a $14 rate per cycle.
Okay.
So, I mean, what does that look like? Typically, closing rate is between 10 and 20%. You know, as you get more comfortable with it, it's going to be closer to 20%, but the average is 10%. So if we want to close on 3 to 4 coaches a month, we need to be sharing the opportunity with 30 to 40 people a month.
Okay.
Because a lot of people are going to say no, or they're going to stand you up on a phone call, or they're not going to watch a video, or they're going to have whatever. They're just going to say no. But what's easy is you weed those people out pretty quick. You're only really going to be investing your time in a small handful of them, and that's okay because you're sharing the opportunity, you're going through the no's to get to the yeses, and you're not going to be expending a lot of energy on them. Okay. So just work on getting more comfortable with sharing that with people, and just, you know, inviting people to the opportunity who you admire and who you think are, you know, good workers. They're inspirational, they're dedicated, they're good team players, whatever the characteristics of a person that you want on your team. Somebody who cares, somebody that wants to help others, somebody who you know, is a team player and inspirational and motivated to do bigger things in life, whether it's with health and fitness or not. Those are the people that you want to reach out to and edify and just be like, you know what, girl, I love seeing your posts every day. You are so inspirational. I look forward to seeing your posts in my newsfeed because they're a breath of fresh air compared to a lot of other things that people post nowadays. And I just really admire that about you. I know this might sound totally crazy, but I would be crazy not to ask you, have you ever considered being a health and fitness coach like me? something along those lines, and just really edifying them and pointing out the characteristics that you admire and that you like. And don't be afraid to say, you know, this might be totally crazy, but I would be crazy not to share this with you or not to ask you because you're so inspiring. I don't remember who the coach is that, I want to say it might be Erin Mullins, who's Fit Rocker chick. She's super successful. Pretty sure she's the one that uses, you know, this might be totally crazy, but that's just another transition sentence. Or, you know, one that Tommy Migrant uses that I use as well is, I'm not sure if this is for you, but I've wondered if you have ever considered something along those lines. You kind of step back and you give them the breathing room of knowing it might not be for them, and you're totally fine with that, but you want to share the opportunity with them anyway.
Okay. Yeah, I just need to do it. And I have been kind of thinking too, and I'm probably overthinking this, but in that video, I think it was last week, that was in our Boss Up group, about finding your voice and how you want to make your posts. And I know that I don't want to post like with my little emojis for the 21-day fitness group and putting it out there like that. I know that I don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah.
And just kind of struggling with how I want to say it, because now I see, like, looking back on them, and now I see everyone posting about the It Works and Plexus and everything in my newsfeed, and it just looks impersonal. It looks cheap. It looks like, you know, and I know that I don't want to come across like that. So at least I got that part figured out.
Yeah.
I just need to figure out, you know, how I want to word things and then just be consistent with it.
Yeah, and I think that narrowing down your target market and who your avatar is, the person that you are trying to connect with, it'll be easy to talk to them. You know, is it a busy mommy who works, who wants to lead by example for her kids? Is it a mom who has a little girl who doesn't want her to ever feel like she's not good enough, or like she isn't, you want to be that confident, positive role model in her life? You know, identify who that person is, and when you're writing your post, talk to that person, and that's how you're going to find your voice, and you're going to connect with people. Okay,
sounds good.
Does that help?
Yeah.
I'm excited we got on a call together.
Yeah, thank you. This was great. I like doing the Zoom.
Just you know, I would love to do them more often with you, so just check out that Acuity scheduler. I can't do Zooms at the 4:00 time slot, but the 7:30 I can.
Okay.
So we can touch base. You know, I'd like to touch base at least once a month. You know, if more, that's fine too. But I hope that showing you the volume and what's sitting in the bank can inspire you and show you, because that's part of the business that's a little bit harder to understand. And I think when I did that with Becky, to show her that you can kind of get a real concept of what those numbers mean and what they are. I don't know if you've even ever looked at those. But
you know, I have, but I didn't really know like what they meant in the big picture.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's helpful.
Cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, girl.
Sorry, my cat is all up in the computer.
Oh, that's all right. No worries. My dog was just prancing around. So, all right, girlie. Well, I gotta get my baby to bed. He's got pictures in the morning. So, thank you for coming on the call.
Yes, thank you very much, and I will talk with you soon.
All right, sounds good, Laurie.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, bye.